What's up, LEGO builders? Welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios for another episode of Building Cato Neimoidia. This is the week. Finally, I am officially starting the actual city portion of Cato Neimoidia. I'm going to be laying down some roads, some medians, sidewalks, just basically mapping out the city a little bit. Hopefully even starting on some of the buildings as well. My Pearl Gold is starting to come in, so after all the planning and hyping up, I can finally get started on this. I'm really excited. Portions, I feel like some of the portions of the mock, particularly the rock work, kind of dragged on. I was just slowly chipping away, which part of it was the rock work is so big, but I don't want that to happen again with the city. I'd love to honestly have it knocked out within 3 episodes or so. So hopefully by the end of the year I should be all done with it, which means I've got a busy few weeks coming up and I have a lot of parts coming in. All that being said, if you're excited to see the buildings and the city come together, don't forget to smash that like button on the video, and while you're at it, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you won't miss out on any future content. All that being said, let's get into the update. I have an ultra big haul coming in this week, but till now I got this little guy to tide me over. So I've got some pearl gold in here. I've got these dark bluish gray wedge plates. These are going to be right here. I'm going to be swapping out all the light bluish gray wedge plates and adding in dark bluish gray ones, just because that's what I like the best, and the general consensus out of my feedback from last episode was dark bluish gray looked better. So I'm going to go with that. I also got this pearl golden. It's not a whole lot. I have a lot more coming, but you can see I just got some random slopes, jumper plates, more slopes, just, stuff that I felt like would look good on buildings. Did also get some of these. I feel like I'm always running out of these, so got some more of those. Got some more parts for Geonosis as well. A bunch of wedge plates. These are going to be for that kind of rim or, slab, or that thing, that design on the side. That design on the side that's going to go right there with those alternating triangles, so that's what that's for. I got to get started on that, but honestly, first I got to get the city hung and stuff like that. Ooh, I also got some parts in for my anti-vehicle cannon for Geonosis. Exciting, because I don't have any of these in this color. Not a bad haul, and a lot more on the way. But another thing I wanted to point out before I got building, I keep forgetting to mention this just because I think you guys will think it's interesting and it's kind of cool. So I have to build this city in 16 by 16 sections. I can't cover any of these gaps right here in the plate with bricks, plates, tile, anything. These have to be left alone because that's, how I get my little angle right there. So if I build across the top, then I can't have that sloped look. But funny enough, even if I build up on either side like this, I can still get that same angle, which I thought was pretty cool, how I could basically build a wall and then it would still be angled slightly. I'd never really thought about that before, and this whole technique has opened up a lot of new possibilities for future projects. So basically a big no-no would be what I did right here. Obviously this was just for a thumbnail. This wasn't the final product, so I built a solid wall right here and didn't break my wall right there in line with this. So as of right now, I can't bend this at all. There's no slope there. I got this bridge all cleaned off and ready to go. Obviously that little part I built was just for the thumbnail, so I had to take all that apart. And I was also able to finish off these edges finally. I was waiting for these dark bluish gray wedge plates to come in, so I stuck them on the top and the bottom there, and then I went and did a ring around here because this section doesn't matter. This is all going to be covered by tile, but I wanted these edges to be dark bluish gray as well. Got that done on both sides. So what I'm going to be doing next is jumping into a time lapse of me just building as much of this city as I can right now with the parts I have. I want to start by running this median all the way. I think I'll have a little break right here, maybe a little town, town square or something. So we'll have a break here, and then I'll have it continuing on in this direction, and then run some of the sidewalks and roads, basically run this base layer, and then probably after that I'll start working on the buildings and stuff. I am really determined to get some good progress that are done though. I also have, I think, almost all the parts to finish off these cables, so if I have time I will jump on that as well. I'm going to start working on the groundwork of the city now, putting down the median as well as the sidewalks and just basically all of the tile and plate that needs to go down on the bottom. Now this most likely won't be the final look. Basically what I'm going to have to do is just put stuff down, see how it looks, see what I can fit on here, and then adjust from there. because, I still got to be able to fit the buildings on here. But I'm going to try and create some kind of like a grid work, some kind of like square looking layout. So I'm going to have like a little city center kind of where I'm building right now, and have the widest road right there, maybe a statue or two in that area. And then I'm going to have roads branching off on either side there. And then I'm going to basically match what I did on this side over on the other side and see how that looks. I'm really excited to get all of this down, because I feel like this will really help me decide like how big my buildings are going to be and what they're going to look like, because up until now I haven't really decided like an exact size. Like I've given myself 8 studs for the buildings, but I haven't figured out like how much of that is going to be actual building, because obviously I don't want to have the building touching the street, so I'm probably gonna have to do some adjustments there. I'm not gonna lie, this city area is a lot smaller than I would have liked, but this is kind of the max amount of space I have to work with my current budget and space. But I'm still gonna try my best to make this look as cool as possible. Here's a look at what I got done. I did a little bit of work after, I think, the time lapse, and got some more stuff put down back there. I also decided to switch this from a 2-stud wide lane to a single stud wide lane. Will Bricks Production suggested this, and I liked what he was saying. What I'm going to be doing with this extra stud is creating a little step. The houses and buildings will be right here, and there'll be a little step up, which I felt would help separate them at least a little bit from the street area. I did also get this guy decaled, another 442nd for the Army. Looks pretty good. These guys are getting pretty easy to do. And I don't have too many more to do, but I am trying to get as many as I can done right now before it gets too cold to decal any more of them. That's pretty much everything I was able to get done for this week. Did not have a great end to my week, unfortunately, so that kind of killed some of the progress that I was hoping to get done. But I'll regroup this weekend, and hopefully next week we'll be back on track to get some good progress done. All that being said, it's time to hit the outro. I'm really glad to finally be in the thick of things with the city. I feel like I've been teasing and kind of dancing around it for so long. It'll be nice for these next few episodes to really dive into just the city. I don't really have any rock work coming in. I have a little bit of cloud work, but I'm mostly going to be focusing on the city. I think next week I'm going to look at the individual architecture of the buildings, because I was looking at the general overall look of it and kind of in my planning session, but I really want to focus in on a few of the buildings so I can get some good prototypes and something to base my buildings off of. All that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to let me know what you thought about this episode down below in the comments, and I will catch you guys next time. But until then, happy building.